I'm Jana Waller with CarbonTV, and you're listening to Mike Tamano's Wild and Free.
Jana Waller joins us now on Mike Tamano's Wild and Free. Jana is an outdoors woman, writer, and artist, and she's extremely enthusiastic. It's contagious. If you watch her on her TV show, it's on the Sportsman Channel here in Chicago, 10 a.m. on Saturday, CarbonTV. And her outlet for her artistic creativity is the painting and decorating of skulls. Jana, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be on.
You really go at it with gusto, and it's really something that we need because, women are the fastest growing demographic in the outdoors, and I think people like you are leading the way.
Oh, well, exactly. We are, and that's exciting. It is. And studies show that if the women are getting out there and hunting and fishing, that it's a higher percentage. It's like something like 80%, 90%, then the kids will follow, versus if just the dad gets out, it's like 50%. So
right.
Women in the hunting and fishing industry is such a great thing because it's motivating to all, and I'm super excited to be a part of it.
Right. It's got to be a family affair, and we're going to see great growth. Your show is very exciting to watch. Your television show features a lot of exotic destinations, some challenging hunts. You're always trying new different things. What are some of your favorite locales?
Well, we've been really, really blessed in the last 18 months to be filming all over the world. Last summer, 2 summers ago, we went to South Africa and were able to get some incredible footage. The one thing about our show that we love to include is not just the hunt, but the full adventure of it all, from the traveling aspect to the people that you meet along the way to exotic new terrains. Every hunting experience is so different, whether you're pheasant hunting the fields of South Dakota or you're climbing the mountains in Montana. We try to show it all. And it's not just one particular hunting venue. I do bird hunting with shotguns. I rifle hunt long distance. I bow hunt. I've been a bow hunter for the past 20 years. I've just recently moved out to Montana in the last couple of years, but I grew up hunting and then picked up a bow in college with my dad in Wisconsin and have just been passionate about every single kind of hunting there is. And hopefully our show shows that passion and the great people and places that we get to come across.
Oh, absolutely. I think in Wisconsin, a lot of babies get bows and arrows before pacifiers. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to a good buddy of mine, Rob Ensley, and he asked me a month or so ago, I'm going to have a baby girl. What's your sound advice? And I said, well, first things first, you've got to get her camo onesie. It's critical.
It's critical, right. One of the key factors of Skullbound TV is the camaraderie between you and your cohorts, and that really, really brings people into the full experience. It's not just someone going out, filling a tag. It's not someone just going on right. An exotic hunt and getting a trophy. It's all the fun that goes into hanging out with your friends and family. Exactly,
and not just friends and family, but just strangers that you meet along the way. We've really tried to show that it's really the people involved when you're on a hunting adventure or a fishing adventure that make the journey. I just got back last night from New Mexico where I did probably one of the most incredible hunts I've ever been on. It's a aoudad hunt. A lot of people go, huh?
Oh, sure.
What's an aoudad? It's otherwise known as a Barbary sheep. They were introduced into New Mexico. They're free-ranging. They are gorgeous, big, curl-horned rams, it's a challenging hunt. They blend into those mountains in New Mexico better than any big game I've ever hunted. They're super hard to spot. They're hard to get up on. We were able to have a super successful hunt. I shot across canyon, 325 yards, one shot, all beautifully caught on film. But even more, as much fun as that, was meeting up with my guide, who I'd never met before, Rusty Silva, and he brought along his 17-year-old daughter, Jada, on the hunt with us. And so it was so much fun to be able to hunt a new species I had never seen on the hoof before, but to be around people who are as passionate about the outdoors as I am. And then, of course, we had to include where I went to get my tag was Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay.
And if you've never been to Roswell, you've got to go. There are aliens on every corner. And so we we filmed all that and tied that into the show, and it's going to be a great episode on next year's series.
Excellent. Yeah, it's got a travelogue feel to it that really, really is appealing and refreshing. Now, what came first in your life? The artistic pursuits or the love of the outdoors? And when did you marry the two?
Oh, I married the two back in around '05 or '06. My father is also a hobby artist, and he went down to New Mexico, of all places, took a photo of a painted ram skull that he saw in an old auction or antique store, and he brought it back and he said, you could do this, because my father and I have always painted for fun on the side, but he said,
Right.
Why don't you start painting up the skulls that you have, because I've always had a thing for skulls. I just find them interesting and cool. Plus, I'm a big shed hunter. When we're out shed hunting, we often find winter kills or road kills.
Right.
So I started painting up my whitetail skulls, and one thing led to another. People saw them, wanted one done for their, significant other or their office. And so in 2007, I launched Painted Skulls and started painting skulls for my website. And then I branched into, there's a couple of galleries and stores across the country that carry my skulls, and it's been so much fun to merge my passion for the outdoors and hunting and my love of art. And it's so great to get an email or a phone call from a hunter who wants me to beautify the skull, do it something a little unique and different, and then I get to hear all about the hunt, and then we get to film all that and hopefully show the world.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And as a painter myself, I have to ask, what's the best paint to use on bone, acrylic or oil?
Definitely, I'm an acrylic person. I love oils on canvas, but with skulls and with the drying process, you want to do a really good base coat, but definitely stick with acrylic.
Okay. All right. I'll have to, because I have a ram skull that I found, and I'm trying, and I've tried it. It's taking so long for the oil to dry. I may just have to go over it with acrylic and just get it over with. Very good.
Yeah, and then that's the beauty of acrylic too. It dries so nice and fast. If you need to do a touch up or fix it up, it's easy to do.
With the oil paint, I could just wipe it off because it's not drying anytime soon.
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
Your artistic endeavors just have to be seen. People have to go to paintedskulls.com, and you can have, like you said, you can pick from what you have, or people can send one of the skulls from one of their kills and have it customized. What a great trophy that makes.
Yeah, thank you. It's really fun to do someone's custom skull because there's always a wonderful story behind that skull, even if it's one that you just found on a hike or if it was a hunt. That's so much fun. And another really exciting part of my business for me is that I donate a lot of my beaded and painted skulls back to conservation groups. I belong to them all, from National Wild Turkey Federation to RMEF and Safari Club International and Pheasants Forever, Ducks Unlimited, Sportsman for Fish and Wildlife, all of the wonderful conservation groups that give back to our herds, flocks, and environment. I donate my skulls to, and it's really fun for me to see that money go right back into our environment and to protect our country's hunting heritage.
Tell us about what's coming up.
You bet. Well, thank you for that. What's coming up? Well, I'm heading out tomorrow morning to Nashville, Tennessee, to the National Wild Turkey Federation Convention. I'll be working a bunch of my sponsors' booths, but it's really fun just to meet and greet, hunters from across the country. I've donated 2 skulls that'll be going into their big auction, so hopefully we can raise some good money to go right back into the environment. I've got a couple of exciting bear hunts coming up this spring. Like I said, I live now in Montana, and I'm able to hunt bears right out my backyard. That'll be exciting. I'm going to British Columbia and Ontario for black bears. Heading back to South Africa again this summer to hopefully do a lot of great hunting, but also my outfitter's wife works heavily with a conservation group in Africa. So I'm so excited to learn about what things they've got going on on the conservation side there. And then my fall is just filled with some awesome whitetail hunts, both archery and rifle. A lot of great fishing trips this summer. Montana has just the most incredible fly fishing opportunities, so we include a little bit of fishing on the show as well. So hopefully I'll be able to keep my head on straight as I'm running state to state. But if anybody sees me out there in the field or on the water, I sure hope they stop by and say hi.
And I would love to share a campfire with you someday. If you're ever in the Illinois area, and especially during bow fishing season, I'm going to take you out shooting gar, and then I'm going to cook gar for you. And if it's not the best meal you've ever had on a plate, I will eat your hat.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, we eat everything we harvest, of course, minus coyotes. That's
Right.
predator management. But I'm excited. I can say I've not tried gar myself, but, you know, a lot of people don't know that almost everything is edible. We were able to film a beautiful mountain lion hunt this winter, and
wow.
actually early December, and we had cougar steaks for Christmas dinner, and they were absolutely fantastic, as well as bear. Bear, when smoked properly, is wonderful fare, wonderful eating, and that's another thing that's kind of misunderstood. People don't understand a lot of these big game animals like cougar and bear are wonderful, wonderful eating. So that's hopefully another twist to the show that we can include.
Continued success. Always a pleasure to watch your show. I want people to check out Skullbound. Go to paintedskulls.com and just see what this woman does with bone and skull. It's just beautiful stuff. Continued success, my friend.
Thank you very much. And I'll take you up on that offer. I'll be in Wisconsin and Illinois this fall, so I'll give you a ring and we'll share that campfire.
You got it, buddy.